So we have Sophie Ave, who is the former ambassador of France to Ghana, and her foundation, the Akosia Fund, is in collaboration or partnership with Nyansapo Production, and they present to us Laugh for a Cause, a comedy night fundraiser, which will be happening at the National Theatre on the 17th of March. And this afternoon, she's here in the studio, and we have comedian Clemento Suarez. Good afternoon.
What do you say, Suarez?
Yes, Suarez. Ananya Suarez. Ananya Suarez.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me. I'm fine. Always happy when I'm in Ghana.
Yeah.
Good to have you here. On the
So you're at the airport and the smile.
Yeah.
The smiles. I mean, the videos were flying on social media. Are you coming back into the country?
All right. That's right. Every time I touch the soil of Ghana, it brings a smile on my face. It's just like I feel I'm home. I always get the most amazing akwaba. And I'm looking forward to coming back. Every time I'm back in France, it keeps me going to know that I will eventually come back.
Okay, so this afternoon we are here to talk about Laugh for a Cause, a comedy night fundraiser that will be happening very soon. But then let me take you back a bit. I remember in one of your farewell interviews, you made mention about the fact that the Akosia Fund is a legacy you are hoping to create for Ghanaians. We should talk a bit more about that. At what point did you feel that initiative was worth pursuing?
Well, as you mentioned, yes, I had to leave as an ambassador at the end of August this year. And during my tenure, it's
not this year, it's last year.
Oh, sorry, it's last year. Sorry, it's last year. Oh, God. Okay, thanks very much for reminding me. It was already last year, but a few months ago. And I had been blessed by 3 different communities who made me a queen mother. And I thought, okay, it can be just an honor and a privilege and say, okay, thank you very much. It was a great honor. Or I could take things seriously and say, you made me a development queen mother, so what do I do with it? I can't just walk away and say, that was nice, but then turn the page and move on. I thought these communities that I got to know, I thought I need to do something for these communities. There are very modest, underprivileged communities. There's one in Bolgatanga, one in Bego Hani, like off Sunyani, when you go Kumasi, Sunyani, and you're on your way to Côte d'Ivoire, and then near Brekum, right?
Yeah.
So it's a village on the middle of nowhere. You just don't pass by. You have to go there. And then there's a community in Osu. And there was a 4th community that I have supported during my tenure that was in Fume, in the Volta region. So I thought, okay, I've got those 4 communities that I'm very close to, that I have a link with. I can't just walk away. So I decided to put together a fund, that's the Akosia Fund, because Ghanaians, you called me Akosia.
Akosia, yeah.
You gave me that name, so you renamed me.
Yeah.
So I did the Akosia Fund, and then I was very lucky to be in contact with a reputable NGO called O Africa. They've been operating for like over 20 years, and they say, we can manage the fund. So we make sure that all the projects are tailored in order to make the most with the money we have, to have the biggest impact with the money we have in each community.
Yeah.
And so they handle that for me. So I don't see a penny. It goes straight to a fund that is managed by a specific accountant. So every penny is counted and everything. So it's very transparent. And I wanted to be sure that whatever money was invested in the fund would be used for the best of those communities.
Okay, let's talk about some achievements that you had over the period.
Well, the fund was created last year, thank you, Clemento, in July. And in only 6-7 months, we managed to do, in Fume, to rebuild a school and pay for the health insurance for like 600 kids. And then in Bolgatanga, we did 62 school, how do you call that? School chairs.
Chairs, okay.
And table desks.
Yeah.
Made of wood by a local carpenter. So it gave a job to a local carpenter. They didn't have school desks. They were literally sitting on the floor. So we provided 62 of them, and then we paid for 800 kids national insurance. And we provided a sewing machine to the headmistress so that she could sew the uniforms and make sure that the kids were proud to go to school with different uniforms. In Bego, we were working on several projects, but the most urgent was this incredible kid who scored 8 A1 in Waxay.
Okay.
Wow.
Only A1. It's crazy. Every single subject, he had A1. And of course, he couldn't afford going to university. So the fund is taking care of his university years, all 4 years, in Cape Coast. And the way the fund works is, of course, I chip in and I regularly contribute. My family does, my friend do. But this case of this young guy is just incredible because to go to Cape Coast University when he got registered, we learned that he needed a computer. So I just posted on my IG page, does anyone have a used computer? Because that's the last step he needs before he gets into university. And incredibly, a Ghanaian guy from Australia who lives in Australia DM'd me and said, I have a MacBook Pro, I can send it to you.
Oh.
So that's the kind of solidarity that Ghanaians all around the world have. And I think that's part of that Akosia Fund. It's the whole diaspora, and I feel like a diasporan as well, like a Ghanaian in France when I'm in France.
And I'm happy that that young man decided to go to the best university in Ghana.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Great, great.
Clement, you agree to that?
What is it?
What he said? The young man decided to go to the best university in Ghana.
Oh, no. I mean,
I don't understand. We understand.
you know, Annapurna salt.
Yes.
What is it about
He knows.
He knows. He knows. Okay, before we come to the event, this is the last one I want to chip in. Beyond everything that you did in Ghana, you led projects, you led some refurbishing of certain important places and everything. Even though you are not here, how does the work still continue? Like, for example, this gentleman in the university, how does all the work you have done in the past continue? How have you structured it in a way that even though I'm not here, everything must go according?
Well, that's very easy. Everything that was handled by the embassy and the corporation funds by the embassy is being carried on by the embassy. And the things I have started at the personal level with the Akosia Fund is being carried on with the Akosia Fund.
Okay.
And we are dealing in very different areas because the embassy is doing big events of big things for corporation. They have big funds.
Yeah.
And they do big projects, but they're long-lasting. They're like on 2-year, 3 years projects with bigger budgets. The Akosia Fund, we are much more flexible. The moment in that community we see a project and something that is definitely needed, it just takes a check and we can do it.
Okay.
You know, provided we have done the impact study that, yes, it will actually have an impact. So it's a very different area that we are working in. Okay. But whatever I've started with the embassy and as an ambassador is being carried on by my successor.
Okay.
How, Harry?
Okay. Now, talking about the fundraiser, comedy night fundraiser. Why comedy? I'm very curious about it. Why not maybe a different event?
Like music?
Yes, music. Because
Like
I know
music.
you love music a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I have been involved in music a lot already. And part of the idea behind that was to show these incredible musicians that you have that they were worthy of being known in the whole world and to tell them, look, what you're doing is in international quality, international standards. Let me take you to France and let me show you that you can have a blast in France. And I'm so happy to see that they're now having blasts everywhere in the world and in Europe. And maybe they were a bit shying away from that. And now they realize that probably the diaspora all over the world is opening the gate. But then the moment people start listening to their music, whether they're black or white, they just love it. And they can fill in holes. And I realized that I had probably been involved in music a lot, but I had done nothing for comedy. And I thought that, you know, there's a problem with the language, maybe the language barrier. And the first time I went to see Clemento actually on stage, I laughed, I cracked ribs all along. And even when it was private jokes like in Ga or Twi, I had someone next to me whispering in my ear. But it's still, the way they act is hilarious.
Yeah.
So it's even if I didn't have the sound, the way Clemento acts, everything he does, I mean, you just start laughing and trying to keep your seriousness when he's around is quite impossible. Look at him, and he's serious. It's crazy. But you know, the sad thing about that is even when you are serious, sometimes I think that you are joking. You know,
Oh,
because
even
sometimes
you.
he's saying very serious
Okay.
things. Yeah, even me. So he's saying very serious things and ha ha ha. I said, I'm serious. And, ha ha ha.
Clement, then I guess it was very easy for you to hop on this project when she hit you up that Clement, we need to do this.
I mean, some of us, that's what we live for. And so once the opportunity presents itself, doing this for a charity or for a great work for the less privileged, we just decided to hop on. So, yeah.
And like she's saying that she wanted to use comedy this time. I mean, how important has it been for you and your colleagues knowing that for this project, and Sophie Ave wants to use us to help?
Yeah, we thought it was a great honor because she has all the people. She can get Sarkodie and all those people to do a show for her. But she decided to bring us in. I mean, we see it as an opportunity for us to also be under the spotlight. And so it was good for us. Everybody, we spoke to anybody, any comedian, and they're ready to hop on because it's Anne-Sophie.
Yeah.
It's the whole France.
You know, the English changed a little bit. When
My English, because I went to a very good school.
You know.
You know
Did you go to
school?
Cape Coast?
No,
he
University
went
of
It's not a school.
It's school.
It's not a school.
No, he went to the
Not
best
the
senior
ad-
high school,
no-
which is Tema
All right,
School.
okay.
And the
Yeah.
best
And the
university.
best university in Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's University
Okay,
of
anyway,
Ghana.
I'm not going
That's
to.
right.
Okay.
And
Oh, I
did
thought
one
it was
of the best.
KUST. You know, the
KUST
good thing
is
is,
not bad.
wherever you
Oh,
go,
but Kenny UST is a good school.
absolutely.
Yes.
But no, but all of
They
them,
all
they want
say
to say
this is the
KUST.
best.
And maybe they've not told you. All of them are good schools.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you have
The best.
True. You have very, very good universities. And I'm not trying to flatter you, but when we do cooperation with the French universities, they say that Ghanaian university are really, really good, and the students are very, very good, high level, and they adapt very quickly. Sorry, back to you, Clemento.
In Cape Coast, they don't have French courses. That one.
Okay, I was,
Clemens,
Yeah. Conjugate avoir.
J'avoue.
Hey, je vais.
Je vais.
Je
Tu
vais.
vas, elle va.
Yeah.
Vous avez. Vous avez.
Those are L's. Oh,
I'm mixing to go and to have, but you're
I want
getting.
to confuse him.
Oh yeah, you are confusing him. Okay.
Clemens.
But you know the story of Clemento trying to his French on me, right? On stage, he tried his French on me. And I didn't quite get what he was saying because probably my French was getting a bit, I had been too long away.
maybe he
from
has
France.
a new vocabs for French.
Yeah, he had a very specific kind of French, very personal French. And I didn't get it. And he laughed and he said, "Oh, so you're fake if you don't understand French." And the next day he comes to the embassy. And he was in trouble with my security. Because the guy said, "What? You said our ambassador was fake?"
They took it serious.
Took it seriously. It was very funny.
But on the night, we have the whole Nyansa podcast. There's Clement, Foster, General Tatia, and over the weekend, you should have seen all of these guys. I mean, I enjoyed stage play. But then this particular one, can you tell us a little bit about the plot? Because the other one, like we've watched, you have a general. This one is laugh for a cause.
Yeah.
Last week was Okohobe.
Okay.
Just give us a brief of
Review,
what
yeah.
we are supposed to expect on
All right.
Saturday.
So, bottom line, comedy. You expect to laugh. But this is it. We have a set of stand-up comedians as well. That's the DKB, Putogo, the rest still be doing. But for the play, for the comedy play, it's quite political.
Oh, okay.
If you are old enough, you may have seen it. But you're a very young boy.
Yeah,
How old are you?
He's a Gen Z.
Yeah.
Oh, who said that?
Then you are Gen
No,
Z.
very old. Very old. Which year are you trying to portray?
Once you are Gen Z, please.
I'm
Let the
Gen
millennials
white before.
talk. So this is it's set in a political era, campaign era, actually. So some of us have seen it before. Flagstaff House. We are bringing it a more refined one.
Okay.
to fit in. So,
Is it what I'm thinking?
Me too.
That's what I'm thinking about.
So we'll have the whole
so
set.
if you are thinking, then you buy tickets.
You buy tickets and you come. Yeah, that's
tickets
it.
is
But,
just-
but will the whole setup be like the Flagstaff House, everything? Like, take us. I want you to
It's
give
a
us a
race.
feel.
It's a race to the Flagstaff
Okay,
House.
okay,
Yes.
okay.
So what parties are doing to get the nod from the people, the manipulations and all. You just come on.
Party
someone
chairman.
say,
So it's a
Yeah.
fiction, right?
Yeah.
It's fictional.
So you don't
Who's
even
through?
know what will happen. You don't even have an idea of what will happen.
No, I trust Clemento
Okay.
for the whole artistic
Yeah.
part.
Wow. I trust him. I trust him. So it's at the National Theatre.
Yes.
The day is on the 17th.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday. And the time,
7 p.m.
7
Yeah.
p.m. Only one.
Only one
Only
show.
one show.
Because it's a
Okay, then we
fun
have
day.
to go. And
It's not only the play, right? As Clemento said, we have some stand-up artists
Yeah.
and then some surprises as
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
And the theatre play. You know, I like to surprise people, so but I still left it to Clemento to sort of organize the artistic
Everything,
part.
yeah.
But we did add bits and pieces. So expect to have a wonderful stage play, but also stand-up artists and other surprises that we don't want to give away,
Yeah.
do we?
Okay.
No, we don't.
Okay.
What about tickets?
Yeah.
How much is it going for?
A cool 100 Ghana cedis.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's the thing. It's 100 cities, but people like you, because you know what the Akosia Fund
Yeah.
is doing.
Yes.
You can give
More.
500.
500, yeah.
Yes. So,
1,000,
as I'm coming
5,000.
round to give to you, then you too, you give me the money.
So we brought the ticket.
Yeah,
So
we are
before-
selling the
we're
tickets
selling
all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh my,
you
oh
take and you give
my.
me your money.
So you sign.
My money is with Shadrach, please.
Shadrach,
don't
come back.
disgrace Metro TV. You disgrace. Don't disgrace it. Send it right now.
But the network is very working.
Send it right now. Please.
Okay.
Well, I think it's actually the same kind of price of tickets that you
Yes.
usually get.
Yes.
Yes.
The difference is that not only do you get to see a full night of comedy and entertainment for the price of a stage play, you get to see also stand-up artists and everything, and you know that the money goes to the fund.
Yes.
So you're also doing a good deed because you
Yes.
know that it's going to support the
Yeah.
fund.
Yeah.
And I have a website called theakosiafund.com where I keep posting the kind of projects that
Projects you're
we're
working
funding and what we're doing, so you always know what every penny is being used for. And I think that's why the whole evening is called Laugh for a Cause. I'm so grateful to Clemento that he agreed to jump on board and give his very best humor and acting to entertain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
so, let me give the
sure,
code
sure.
for the tickets.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you dial star 447 star
Yeah. 22.
2284 hash. Yes, and then you follow the prompt, and then you can get.
Yeah. Or you can also call 05-001 9904 for any other details or any other things. So 05-000-19904. So just come, laugh, enjoy, meet people, socialize.
Yes, the network
Yeah.
bit is also important.
Important.
Yeah.
Very important.
There'll be quite a few VIPs, people who have been supporting the fund from the very beginning, as you have seen on social media. Bolloré, he's a big supporter. Freedom Jacob Caesar, Vic Michaels.
Platform,
Oh,
thank you.
wow.
Yes.
Oh, you know him? He's my brother.
But she mentioned 3 people. Which one? Is it Jacob?
Oh, Jacob.
or-
Jacob Caesar.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's your brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
You
Oh,
want
then
to
you're a
drink to Turkey?
billionaire.
Then I think the biggest donation will come from Clemento.
Yeah,
Yes.
because since he's the
it.
brother
Yeah.
to...
I mean, it will come from the family. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
He will give it on behalf of the Caesar family.
I
that's
say he's my brother in Christ.
Who did it?
kind of
But anyway, I mean, just as you mentioned, you left in August, right?
Yeah.
And before that, I mean, we were at the party in
party.
home.
Yeah.
The
National Day?
yeah.
Yeah, the last one you did before you left.
We really enjoyed that.
Yeah. And since you left, you've been following everything happening down here.
Of course.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, and what do you leave with our creatives here? I mean, as you go back, as you mentioned, maybe some of them were shy earlier. You introduced them to a few people. What more do you want to see from them?
Well, I see they're going exactly the right way. They are performing everywhere. Most of them are actually overseas at the moment, performing in the US, the UK, in Germany, and getting together, sharing the stage together to push the young ones, and the one who are better installed are pushing the young ones. So obviously they are doing exactly what it takes, and they are shining everywhere and putting Gala to the world. And I think that is absolutely amazing. So I'm just following from far, congratulating them and appreciating. And I'm so proud of what they're doing. So what I hope is that comedians will also get a chance to, in Anglophone countries, because obviously there's this language thing, unless you do mimes, right?
Personally, I do some French, and you know that. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, unless you do a French version
Voilà,
of a
voilà.
play, voilà. But yeah, even in France, there's a
Pourquoi les
theatre.
laugh? Pourquoi les laugh?
Pourquoi elle laugh? I don't know. Pourquoi elle laugh?
Why? Pourquoi is why, right?
Yeah.
Pourquoi
Why are you
elle
laughing? Why laugh?
Yeah, but we do have some
Lay is
English-speaking
there.
people
So
in France. So
what's
yeah.
that?
Oh, really?
Why the laugh?
Yeah.
Lay is
laughing?
there.
Clement.
Clement,
Yeah.
the comedy bit. So we are saying that everybody should get out. I mean, lots of saying, oh, the artists should get out of Ghana. People to they go out like other plans because I see that now the bond is really there. That everybody show every comedian is there
Be
to
there,
support
yeah.
them. How you putting things together to make sure that, as people say, it's not just about Ghana. You step out there.
Well, like she said, we are more of English. I mean, comedy, you have to understand before you appreciate. But with music, you can go with the flow. So we've targeted the Anglophone countries. But very soon, we'll also go into the other sides because there are different aspects of comedy. You can do slapstick, you can do, like she said, miming and all that. You can do a lot of things. So some of us have already started traveling. And this, I think, Saturday, Obi is in London performing. Obi and Jacinta. And I will also be at the National Theatre 17th. We are traveling around. Yeah, so...
They're making moves.
Yeah. So very soon, it will be as big as the musicians are doing right now.
When I was talking, I thought he was joking. But
Oh, Clement there. Charlie, you should have seen those days in University of Ghana. Like me, I saw you. Oh. I understand. Anyways, thank you very, very
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you for
coming.
coming.
So, I mean, on Saturday, 17th.
Friday.
Yeah,
Friday.
Friday.
Okay,
Friday.
It's easy. It's a Friday night. Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so then instead of you going home with
You
the
go
traffic,
home.
you
Yeah,
just come
yeah.
to
You just go to the
National
National Theatre.
Oh, this one day we cannot go.
all.
So even though the ticket is 100 Ghana cedi, you can pay more.
more.
Yes.
Pay more. 500, 200, 300. It's for
So as you're telling your viewer, how much are you paying? Tell
I
them.
don't worry.
so I just got a message from Kobiche that he's watching. So Kobiche, hi, our money is with you. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching the show.
And thank you for supporting us, Kobe.
Yeah,
I'll see you on Friday. It's Friday night. Oh.
Friday, so it's Friday, 17th of March, 7 p.m. at the National Theatre. You buy your ticket, *447 *2284#.
Yeah.
Just 100 Ghana.
And it's no Ghana man time. Oh.
Yeah.
It's no
Yeah.
Ghana man time.
Absolutely. I think I
She'll
wrote
be at
that
the gate.
somewhere. I
Yes.
said it's 7 p.m., not Ghana time. I mean,
Not Ghana
it's
time.
actual 7 p.m.
Yeah. Clement will rap also on that day. So
Yeah, we're doing a lot of things. Yeah.
When they release
That's
out-
a
Will you give us a
punchlines. My
freestyle?
fans never feel me.
Hey.
25 guys. Now
Hey,
me
hey.
my fans go Insta. Kodana me someone when and likewise Clemento na so chine be me wa. Yes, I will rest in peace. Cause se me ni hwa DKB, Lexi, OB, ni boys P. Omo betimi aso mo akosi next century.
Okay. So now just before we go, let me say this is a quick birthday shout. Happy birthday to Mami Essie Abraham of Fidelity. Today is your birthday. Happy birthday going out to you. So that's it for from me.
Guys, thank you very much for having us in your homes. Tomorrow we'll be back. My name is Nanaya Tanobwache, and I did this with,
Harriet Addy.
and also,
Well, my name is Desi Fadian, the Star Boy. Yep.
The UCC Anywhere boy.
up next is Newsflash. Enjoy the rest of our programs.